Hello sweet team, welcome back to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. I am so excited to be sharing my spring roll recipe with you all. Now if you're new to my channel, join the sweet team by clicking on that subscribe button right now. While you're at it, hit that bell and hit all notifications so you do not miss out on anything that I upload. Now sweet team, if you have not turned on all your notifications, you may miss out too, so do that now. Thank you. Let's get started. So to begin, I'm going to prep my meat and I get rid of any fat. I'll then cut it up and wash it in warm salty water to ensure that any preservatives that were put in there in the store comes out. At least that's how I feel about it. And then you don't want to cut it along the grain or parallel to the grain. No, you want to cut it against the grain. That is what will ensure that you'll have nice tender meat. Now what is cutting against the grain mean? It means you cut it across the muscle lines that you see in meat, because when you look at meat you will see some lines in it. Those are the muscle lines. Cutting your meat across it will help it cook faster and it'll be nice and tender, so it's perfect for stir fries. Next, I'll add my meat into my pot. To that I'll add my chopped onions, onion powder, garlic powder, anise, ginger powder, beef seasoning, and some salt to taste. And I'm going to cook or steam the meat in its own juices for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add enough water to cook my meat until it is nice and tender. So I'm checking on it now and it is ready. It's nice. Just look how nice and tender it is. So I'll set it aside to cool completely while I go ahead to prep my carrots, onion, green bell pepper, cabbage, and scallions. So I've washed it nicely and I'm just going to cut them all up into the little stringy way we like to cut them for spring rolls. So enjoy. Now that everything is nicely prepped, I'll add some oil into my frying pan. To that I'll add all my veggies and I'm going to stir fry this for about 30 seconds. Okay, if you're a vegetarian, this is all you have to do. Vegans, vegetarians, no meat needed from this point on. All right, so I'm just going to season it with a little bit of salt, remembering that your meat have salt in it already, so you don't want to overdo this so that it doesn't become salty. I'll then add in my meat, turn my fire off, and stir everything together. Next, I'll add about a tablespoon of cornstarch into my stock and I'm going to cook it until it is nice and thick. And this is what will bring some nice creamy moisture into my spring rolls. I do not want it to be just dry at all, so I just cook it until it is thick and it's nice and cooked. Let it cool for about a minute and then add it. You don't want to add it in when it's hot because we do not want our veggies to cook. So I stir everything together, set it aside to ensure that it is completely cold before we start wrapping anything up. Alright, so here I have some of my spring roll wraps, and I'm going to make a little paste with just flour and water, and we'll be using it as a seal. So once it's done, I'm just going to set it aside and begin. So I'm going to add my filling into the wrap, and then I'm going to roll it twice. Then I'll fold the sides over just like this. And then I'll roll it almost to the end. Once I'm almost there, I'm going to add some of the seal. I'm just going to brush it on and complete rolling. And that is all there is to it. Very simple, very easy. So we're done with the round one. Now I'm going to shape the rectangular shape or the square cut wrap. And you want to follow the same process, roll it twice and fold the sides over. But this time I'm going to apply a little bit of the paste to the two corners, because when I'm trying to fold it, it seemed like the bottom or the tip sticks out. You can see it right there. You see how it stands up, so the paste helps it to lay down beautifully. And then I'm going to give it one more roll over, then I'll apply my paste to the very tip of this using the back of my spoon this time around, and I'm just going to fold it to the end, and that's it. We're just going to repeat the process until we're done.
Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, banku and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet Ajele. Go, 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 gawa, go. Sweet Ajele. Go, 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 gawa, go. Sweet Ajele.
So at this point, we'll be using this other type of wrap, and you want to add your filling to the rough side so that the smooth side will be your presentation side. So I just add my filling, roll over, follow the same process, but this time I'll be using water to seal it. Whenever I'm using this particular wrap, I prefer water to any type of paste, but it's totally up to you. You can use your paste for this or water, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to finish rolling everything up, and then it'll be on to frying. I usually like to wrap them like this and keep them in my freezer, so whenever I feel like spring rolls, I'll just grab it from my freezer into my oil and I have them. I don't like keeping the wraps. I rather make the whole thing and store it in my freezer. Alright y'all, so we are all done. I'm going to set this aside, add some oil into my frying pan and allow it to heat up, and I'll be frying my spring rolls on medium heat. So once it's nice and hot, you add your spring rolls and you keep an eye on it, stirring it periodically until it is nice and golden brown.
Continental food, madam. Food, madam. International food captain. We'll show you how to make pizza, jollof, banku and okra soup, sushi and pastries. All this and more. Sweet Ajele. Go, 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 gawa, go. Sweet Ajele. Go, 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 gawa, go. Sweet Ajele.
It's looking good. It's nice and ready. So I'm just going to get them out and put them on a paper towel lined tray to get rid of any excess oil. And I'm going to continue frying until everything is fried up or until I have enough to serve my family. We are all done. Just listen to the crunch. So make it your way with or without meat. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give your girl a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is Sweet Ajele. Thank you so much for subscribing. And to the sweet team, y'all know I love you. Until I see you in my next video, stay safe, keep loving each other, and remember that the love of God and family is life's greatest blessing. And guys, ke unamini uchemi sweet mahabotu. Bye y'all.